back. The hair here, MMA investing. Joe, what's up, my friend? Here we are, real quick to talk about Paul Felder. He's out. He's done. He has no regrets. Your instant thoughts, your reaction, Joe. How do you feel about that?
Dude, I love the quote he gave where he said, I'd rather retire a tad early than a tad late. And I think that's an awesome perspective to have. I think one a lot more fighters should have, to be honest, and take into consideration. And I think he's spot on, dude. Like, he definitely still has some fight left in him. He's definitely still a top dude, top
Yep.
15 guy, top 10 guy, maybe. But to his point, I think when you know in your brain it's time to stop, it's time to stop. And like he said, that fire went away. He didn't love going into the gym anymore and training. That fire was kind of gone. He knew it was time to quit. And I think it's just at any point that you question whether you want to do something like that anymore, man, especially in MMA, that's not a sport you can go half-ass in. It's time to hang it up. And I think he knew that. And I think that's great that he recognized that and he's very self-aware, which is good to see.
It is. You hit it right on the button, my friend. Paul Felder is a scrapper. He was a hard-nosed dude. But you know what, bro? He's a phenomenal announcer and play-by-play guy. He's great. I love hearing that dude announce and stuff like that. So I've been saying the past year or two, because I don't know if you saw that Twitter interaction where someone said, you're a better play-by-play guy, analyst than fighter. He's like, you say to my face, no, he beat my ass, whatever.
That's what I said on Twitter.
Yeah. And then the guy's like, fair enough. Paul Felder's fair enough. Yeah. And that's kind of how I felt, bro. I'm like, man, he's a good fighter. He's not going to win the title, but he's a good fighter. But fuck, man, he's such a good commentator that him and Rogan, him and Anik, him and Cruz, they have real good camaraderie. And I think he's going to be doing that the rest of his life, bro. He's a super good commentator.
100%. I think, honestly, dude, I think he's my favorite commentator right now. Even when he was doing his Dana White Contender Series this last season, that was like when I really got more of Paul Felder being a commentator, and I said it then, and I'll say it now. I think he's probably my favorite commentator right now. Like, just his passion for it and the things he kind of says, the way he breaks down the fights. He doesn't go overboard and anything really. He kind of keeps it simple. He's a cool dude. I think he's my favorite commentator, man. And yeah, he was an awesome fighter, and he knows he's not going to win a title anytime soon, or ever, obviously. Like I said, he can still compete with some of the top dudes for sure. But he's one of those dudes that's been in so many freaking wars too, man. Like, it's not like he was ever blowing dudes out of the water. Like, he beat Charles Olive, he beat the current champion.
Yeah.
In the cap. But yeah, hell of a fighter, hell of an announcer. He has a long career announcing, like you said, man. So hats off to the guy.
Hats off to him from us for sure. Like I said, I didn't want to see him go out getting knocked out or just getting pieced up. Right now, he's very witty. He's all his smarts. He's super fast. He's a professional's professional. So I think this was a great decision. Good for his family, too. And again, we could just keep hearing him now. At the end of the day, Rogan's not going to do this forever. I think Rogan has had a foot out for a long time already, too.
Dude, yeah, no, a lot of people have been shitting on Rogan for a while now, and you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yes.
I will say, though, that last event, that first live event with Usman and Masvidal was at 261.
Yep.
That was the best Rogan sounded in a long time. Like, he sounded so passionate. It felt like the old Rogan was back. He wasn't saying stupid shit and being super biased, Like, just kind of was getting worse and worse, right? They're like, you just say this stupid shit, like someone get hit with a jab. He's rock, like every fight. He would pick one fighter he was on, and that was it. He was pushing that guy.
And last time. I agree with you, but on his defense too, I think it's a way different atmosphere with fans, because so that Masvidal fight, 100%. It was roaring. It was roaring in that arena. But yeah, I mean,
the energy, yeah.
100%. But I still think he's way more invested in his podcast more than the fights. And he even said he'd rather do the fight companions than be at the fights now. So
there's a reason he's only had a few fights, right? It's like the very certain ones, like the ones in the States that are live events that are big fights. And that's the only ones he won't do any. I don't think he's ever really done any out of the country fights.
He won't,
do any small events, obviously. So that's where he's at now, and he's earned it. I mean, $100 million deal with Spotify, multi-millionaire, obviously. but he's done a shit ton for the sport. I mean, I don't think the sport would be halfway where it's at if it wasn't for Joe Rogan getting the audience that he has from his podcast and speaking highly of MMA. So,
Oh, bro, I wouldn't be doing this shit if it wasn't for Rogan.
exactly,
You know what
man. I
So
love Joe Rogan. Like, no,
yeah,
not to shun the guy too much at all, but yeah, he's dope, dude. And I still love hearing him commentate
me
100%.
too.
So.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a little kid again, to be honest.
Yeah, it does, especially hearing
Uh,
his crazy reactions. Yeah, I love it.
yeah. But again, hats off to Felder. We send him off. We both agree on his decision. We're glad, and he can take over that top spot one day because, like we both said, Rogan might be looking on his way out. Felder's still very young, especially for a commentator role, and he's very good, super good at it.
Yeah, no, long career for the Irish Dragon, man. Whatever he wants to do. So.
Yes, sir. So, Paul Felder, congrats on your retirement from MMA investing, from Joe, from the Hair and the Beard podcast. We're out.